Hey, my name is Jaron Bloomhagen. In this video, I will be explaining the works that were provided in the writer's portfolio. Let's start with the revision works. In the revision works, I revised an old essay on the innovation of music. The essay was written when I was a sophomore at NDSCS. Coming into this assignment, I was a little weary about adding because in my mind it was a good essay already. It just wasn't 1,500 words, which became the hardest part of the essay, was finding words and sentences so I didn't seem redundant. The easiest part of the assignment was that I didn't have to start from scratch, so that was pretty awesome. The innovation, or we have so much thanks for the innovation of music because it helps people in so many ways, and I just thought I would talk about how great it is. On to the next piece of work, which was the original work. In this essay, I chose to do a compare and contrast of two very well-known companies in Microsoft and Apple. Doing this assignment was, I want to say the easiest part of this assignment was finding the text. I am a big believer in Microsoft and Apple, even though I tend to go towards Microsoft over Apple. They are big game changers when it comes to the IT field, and our field would not be the same without these two companies. The hardest part of this assignment was actually submitting it, because I wanted to make sure with this paper that I had found all the information was said, and how it would make sense to other people about the information technology field. Next would have to be the discourse investigation report. This assignment, I'm not gonna lie, it's reading the title and description of it, I had no clue what I wanted to do with this assignment. I was getting really overwhelmed. I finally asked my mom how she would do it. She kind of helped me. She was actually the one that helped me find the interviewee that I wanted to do, which was one of her IT people at Bremer Bank here in Bismarck. Once I finally got the interview done, I started asking a little bit of questions and finally got the information that I needed. That was then the easiest part, was getting the information and starting to form the paper. I want to say the hardest part of this assignment was having enough information, if I had enough information or not. I just wanted to make sure that the report was completely thorough. The next assignment was the book critique. The book critique I did was a book by, I believe it was Pam Pollock and Megan Belviso. I'm not totally sure on that. But they had co-wrote a book called Who Was Steve Jobs? In this book, it was pretty much in the life of Steve Jobs and what he accomplished as the CEO of Apple. How he went through triumphs and trials and still came out on top. And how he revolutionized not only the IT world, but just in general the PC and the music industry, with the inventions of the iPod, the iPad, and technology like that. The easiest part was actually just the reading requirement of it. The hardest part was the essay itself. I wanted to make sure that, like I said before, it was thorough. It made sense. I've always been having issues with reading assignments as during school time. I would read something and I would totally forget what I was reading, and to do this assignment, I wanted to make sure that I remembered everything, that I did the book justice when writing this assignment. And so my last piece was the argument essay, or argument project, I should say. Here is another, what I like to say, WTF moment. Sorry for the language. I had a very tough time with this assignment, as trying to complete it on top of going to work, which was very stressful at the time when I was writing this. Sometimes I would go to work and stressful day, and then have to come home, and knowing that I had this assignment, it was like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? I mean, you almost want to say, why did I take this class? And it's like, it's the last assignment. I gotta power through this, which I ended up doing. I finally finished it. My argument project was why we need virtual universities. I believe North Dakota and even the United States is in a position where we need to start catering to the students that are on the go. I think virtual universities are beneficial, as in they can help students go to work in their fields. They can start earning money at a younger age and start saving that money for expenses down the road, like houses, or even if they do school loans, they can start paying those off right away. I know that I'm going to be about $30,000 to $40,000 with the school loans, so I would need to start paying that off after next year. Thank goodness I do have a job at the moment, and they are really helpful in pay and giving me a job whenever I need it during school breaks, so that I can save money for later on. I really liked finding the information about virtual universities. It really helps shape my opinion. The easiest part of the assignment, I want to say, was the personal opinion. I could really let people know during that how I felt and why we should start going online with our educations. I know that some people say that online education, it's not the way to go because of you need that one-on-one, face-to-face type interaction, which I totally agree with. I just think that with virtual universities, that it'll help in cost, and maybe there's ways, like with Skype and all that, all this technology that we have, we need to start using it, and it'll help in the future. Well, there you have it. I want to say a big thanks for the listen. I really appreciated taking this class, as now I can look forward to going into the fall semester at VCSU. And I want to give a big thanks to Professor Shorma for teaching this class. I hope for the best for the future with this class, and I can't talk today. A better future for the next round of students that you have. So I want to just say once again, thank you, and bye.